While fixing her makeup, my girlfriend said, "At the party, act like you're not with me." I looked at her in surprise but calmly replied, "Okay." I dropped her off at the party and returned home alone. After that, I packed my belongings and left the house. 6 hours later, I received a message from her friend asking, "Do you know what happened at the party?" I replied, "What happened?" What she told me next was completely shocking. "My name is Andrew, I'm 29, and I work as a network security consultant for mid-sized companies around Seattle. It's stable work, decent pay, nothing glamorous. I've been with my girlfriend Lauren for 3 years. We met at a coffee shop downtown where she used to work part-time while finishing her business degree. She was funny, ambitious, beautiful, the kind of person who lights up a room without trying. We moved in together about 18 months ago. Things weren't perfect, but I thought we were solid. That night started like any other Friday. Lauren had been talking about this party for 2 weeks. Her college friend Brittany was hosting it at some upscale loft in Capitol Hill. Lauren seemed unusually excited about it, kept mentioning how everyone would be there. I didn't think much of it. She'd been dressing up more lately, buying new clothes, spending extra time on her appearance. I figured she just wanted to look good around her old friends. Around 7:30, she was in the bathroom doing her makeup. I was in the bedroom, changing into a button-down and jeans, figuring I'd look presentable enough. That's when she said it. "Hey, Andrew." Her voice came through the half-open door, casual, like she was asking me to grab milk on the way home. "Yeah. At the party tonight. Can you just, act like you're not with me?" I stopped mid-button. "What?" She stepped out, still holding her eyeliner. "I mean, don't be all couple Y. Just mingle separately. It'll be more fun that way." I stared at her. She was wearing this tight black dress I'd never seen before, her hair done in loose waves. She looked stunning, but something in her tone made my stomach drop. "You want me to pretend we're not together? It's not like that." She turned back to the mirror. "I just don't want it to be weird. Some of my friends don't really know about us yet, and I don't want to make things awkward. Lauren, we've been together 3 years. We live together." "I know, but..." She trailed off, focused on her reflection. "Just trust me, okay? It's easier this way." I stood there for maybe 30 seconds, running through 1,000 responses in my head. Every instinct told me to push back, to demand an explanation. But something else, maybe pride, maybe exhaustion, made me take a different route. "Okay," I said quietly. She glanced at me in the mirror, surprised. "Really? Yeah, no problem." 20 minutes later, I pulled up outside the loft building. Music thumped from an upper floor. Lauren checked her phone, reapplied lipstick one more time, then opened the door. "Thanks for the ride," she said, like I was an Uber driver. "Have fun," I replied. She hesitated for just a second, maybe sensing something off in my tone, then smiled and got out. I watched her walk toward the entrance, pulling out her phone as she went. The door closed behind her. I sat there for a moment, hands on the steering wheel, engine still running. Then I put the car in drive and went home. Update 1. The apartment felt different when I walked in alone. Quieter. I stood in the kitchen for maybe 5 minutes, just thinking. Then I went to the bedroom and pulled out my old duffel bag from the closet. I'm not an impulsive person. I analyze networks, find vulnerabilities, patch holes. I think things through. But standing there, looking at that bag, everything suddenly became clear. This wasn't about one party. This was the culmination of 100 small things I'd ignored. The way she'd started pulling away when I tried to hold her hand in public, how she'd stopped posting pictures of us on Instagram, the vague answers when I asked about her day. I started packing. Clothes, toiletries, laptop, important documents. I was methodical about it. Took about an hour. I left most of the furniture. It was hers anyway, or at least paid for primarily by her parents when we moved in. I wrote a note and left it on the kitchen counter. "You wanted to act like we weren't together. Now you don't have to act. Take care of yourself." By 10:30, I was checked into a Holiday Inn near the airport. I texted my buddy Connor that I might need to crash on his couch soon, and he replied within minutes. "Dude, what happened? Call me." I didn't call him. I sat on the hotel bed, staring at my phone, watching the battery drain from 47% to 44% to 39%. No messages from Lauren. Nothing. Around 1:15 in the morning, my phone buzzed. Unknown number. I answered. "Andrew." A woman's voice, anxious, slightly slurred. "Who is this?" "It's Brittany. Lauren's friend. I'm at the party." My heart started pounding. "What's wrong?" Is she okay? She's physically fine. But you need to know what happened. I sat up straight. What happened? There was this guy here. Travis. He's some tech startup founder, really rich, drives a Porsche, whatever. Lauren's been talking to him for like 2 months apparently. I didn't know about it, I swear, but my roommate told me tonight. Lauren invited him to the party. She was all over him. Andrew. Like, really all over him. My throat went dry. Okay. But here's the thing. About an hour ago, Travis got wasted and started bragging. He was telling everyone how he's got this arrangement with Lauren. How she's basically auditioning to be his girlfriend because he told her he needs someone low maintenance and fun who won't cramp his lifestyle. He said she's been trying to prove she's not clingy. I couldn't speak. Brittany continued, voice shaking slightly. Then he said something about how she told him she had dead weight to cut loose before they could get serious. Andrew, everyone heard it. People started looking around for you, and Lauren went pale. Someone asked where her boyfriend was, and Travis laughed and said, "What boyfriend?" That's when Lauren tried to backtrack, said you were just a roommate, but people know you guys live together. It got really awkward really fast. Where is she now? I managed to ask. She locked herself in the bathroom. She's been in there for like 20 minutes. She keeps texting someone, probably you. I thought you should know what kind of person she was being tonight. Thanks, Brittany. I'm sorry, Andrew. I really am. She hung up. I looked at my phone. Still nothing from Lauren. I turned it off and went to sleep. Update 2. Saturday morning, I woke up to 17 missed calls and 32 text messages. I turned my phone back on around 7. Most were from Lauren, starting around 1:45 a.m. and continuing until 5:30. Where are you? Andrew, this isn't funny. Answer your phone. I came home and your stuff is gone. What the hell? Did you really leave? Over nothing. You're being so immature right now. Call me back. We need to talk about this. The messages got progressively more desperate, then angry, then desperate again. The last one, sent at 5:28 a.m., just said, "Please." There were also 3 messages from her mother, 2 from her sister, and 1 from Connor saying, "Lauren showed up here at 6 a.m. crying. I didn't let her in. Told her, I don't know where you are. Want me to keep it that way?" I replied to Connor, "Yeah, thanks man." Then I blocked Lauren's number. Blocked her on Instagram, Facebook, everything. I spent that day apartment hunting online. By Sunday afternoon, I'd signed a lease on a small 1-bedroom in Fremont. It was more expensive than I wanted, but available immediately. I moved in that evening with my duffel bag and an air mattress Connor lent me. Monday morning, I went to work like normal. My boss noticed I looked tired but didn't pry. I threw myself into a new project, configuring firewalls for a medical office. It felt good to have something concrete to focus on. Tuesday evening, Brittany called again. "I know you probably don't want to hear from anyone right now," she started. "But I thought you should know. Lauren's been telling people you left because you were controlling and jealous." I laughed, actually laughed. Of course she is. It's not landing the way she thinks. A lot of people saw how she was acting Friday night. Travis has apparently been avoiding her calls, by the way. Guess he's not interested in someone who got exposed as a liar in front of everyone. Good for him, I said, meaning it. There's one more thing. Brittany sounded hesitant. She's been posting cryptic stuff online. Stuff about toxic relationships and finally being free. Just be aware. I deleted social media. But thanks for the heads up. You're handling this really well, Brittany said quietly. Am I? I stared at my empty apartment. I don't know. I just feel numb. That's probably healthier than what she's doing. For what it's worth, I'm sorry I introduced you guys. Not your fault. You didn't know. After we hung up, I sat on my air mattress and let myself feel it all for the first time since Friday. The betrayal, the anger, the embarrassment. Then I ordered pizza and watched old episodes of The Office until I fell asleep. Update 3. 3 weeks later, Connor invited me to a barbecue at his place. I almost said no, but he insisted. You need to get out, man. Meet some people. Plus, my girlfriend's bringing her coworker, and apparently she's cool. The coworker was named Harper. She was a graphic designer, had short auburn hair, and a dry sense of humor. We talked about nothing important. Favorite pizza toppings, worst movie we'd ever seen, whether hot dogs were sandwiches. It was easy. Normal. So, she said eventually. Connor told me you went through a breakup recently. He did, huh? He's not subtle. She smiled. You don't have to talk about it. It's fine. Yeah, I did. 3-year relationship ended kind of abruptly. Her loss. Harper said, then immediately looked embarrassed. Sorry, that was presumptuous. No, I appreciate it. We exchanged numbers. Texted a few times that week. Nothing romantic, just friendly. It felt good to have new conversations that weren't weighed down by history. Meanwhile, through Connor, I heard that Lauren had been calling mutual friends, trying to find out where I was living. He'd told everyone to keep quiet. She'd apparently driven by Connor's place twice, looking for my car. She also called my girlfriend. Connor told me over beers one night. Asked if she knew anything. Sarah told her to leave you alone. I appreciate you guys having my back. That's what we're here for. Connor took a sip. You seem better, though. Less zombie-like. I'm getting there. The truth was, I still thought about Lauren constantly. Not in a longing way, more like trying to solve a puzzle. How had I missed the signs? When did she stop caring? Was there ever a moment where I could have fixed things, or was I always doomed to be the dead weight she needed to cut loose? One Friday in late November, I got a call from an unknown number. Against my better judgment, I answered. Andrew. It was Lauren's sister, Michelle. Hey, Michelle. I know you probably don't want to hear from any of us, but I needed to call. Lauren told Mom and Dad that you left her because you found someone else. She said you were cheating, and that's why you moved out so fast. Of course she did. I don't believe her, Michelle said firmly. I know my sister. I've watched her lie her way out of things since we were kids. I just wanted you to know that I know the truth. Or at least, I know her version can't be the whole story. Thanks, Michelle. That means a lot. For what it's worth, she's miserable. She won't admit it, but she is. She thought this Travis guy was going to swoop in and give her some glamorous life, and he ghosted her after that party. Now she's stuck with the apartment she can barely afford without your half of the rent, and everyone who was at that party knows what she did. I didn't feel triumphant hearing that. Just sad. I hope she figures things out. You're a better person than me. I hope she doesn't. Michelle paused. Take care of yourself, Andrew. You too. Final update. It's been 4 months now. I'm writing this from my apartment in Fremont. I bought a Real bed, got some furniture from IKEA, hung up a few posters. It's starting to feel like home. Harper and I have been on a few dates. Nothing serious yet, but we're taking our time. She knows the basic outline of what happened with Lauren, but I don't dwell on it. We have better things to talk about. I found out through Brittany, who's become a genuine friend through all this, that Lauren moved back in with her parents in January. She couldn't afford the apartment on her own, and her credit cards were maxed out from all the new clothes and lifestyle upgrades she'd bought while trying to impress Travis. She's working retail now, apparently. Her Instagram is private, last I heard. I don't hate her. I really don't. I'm grateful in a weird way. That night, the party I was never supposed to attend as her boyfriend, gave me clarity I'd been avoiding for months, maybe years. I'd been comfortable in a relationship that had quietly died, too afraid of being alone to acknowledge what was right in front of me. Last week, I got a letter in the mail. Actual physical mail, forwarded from Connor's address. Lauren's handwriting. I sat with it for 2 days before opening it. Inside was a single page, front and back, apologizing for everything. She called herself selfish, said she'd been caught up in the idea of something better and lost sight of what mattered. She said Travis made her feel exciting and valuable in a way she couldn't explain, and she'd convinced herself that meant something. She said she knew she'd hurt me and hoped someday I could forgive her. I read it twice, then put it in my desk drawer. Maybe I'll respond someday. Maybe I won't. Connor asked me last night if I felt like I got closure. I told him I didn't need it. Closure is overrated. Sometimes things just end, and you move forward, and that's enough. I'm doing okay. Better than okay, actually. I've been running again, something I gave up when Lauren and I moved in together because she thought it was boring. I've been reading more, sleeping better, laughing easier. I don't check my phone compulsively anymore. The weird thing is, I don't even feel angry anymore. That first night, driving home from dropping her off at that party, I felt something shift inside me. Not rage, not sadness, just a calm certainty that I deserved better. That feeling never left. So when she said, at the party, act like you're not with me, I took her advice to heart. And I haven't looked back since. Edit 1. A few people asked about the legal stuff with the apartment. Since my name wasn't on the lease, I didn't know anything. Lauren had insisted on being the primary tenant when we moved in because her parents were co-signing. Worked out in my favor. Edit 2. Yes, I kept the note I left on the counter. Took a picture of it before I left. Sometimes I look at it, and feel proud of myself for walking away when I did. Edit 3. Harper and I are still taking things slow, but it's good. Really good. She's patient with my trust issues and doesn't push. That's all I'll say about that for now.